A very good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the chapter Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Young, adult, and old. The life cycle of animals consists of three stages: childhood, youth, and old age. During all these stages, nutrition, exercise, safety of oneself is important. They all have the same body parts: legs, tail, eyes, ears, etc. The children and the old people are not able to reproduce. Can a calf reproduce? Can a kitten reproduce? No. Because for any of the reproduction process, any organism must attain certain maturity. They have to grow to attain maturity for the reproduction. What about humans? Humans also have three stages in a lifespan. That is, one is young, and another one adult, and the old. So young means to the certain ages. Adult means from the age of 19 or 18 what happened adult age status, and older age it all depends on above 50 or 55. We all have same body parts, two legs, two eyes, hands, one heart, etc. But the young cannot reproduce. Human should attain puberty to reproduce. This stage when a young grows into adult is called adolescence. So adolescence period is nothing but one human being is able to attain puberty to reproduce. For that age they are going to call it as adolescence. Then what do you mean by young? Paheli met her brother Bojo's friends after nearly an year. She remarked that many of Bojo's school friends whom she met after a year had suddenly shot up in height. Some of them were looking very funny with a hairy line above their lips. What was happening? Growth begins from the day one is born. As we all know, till we die, the growth will take place, whether it can be primary growth, secondary growth, or even tertiary growth. But upon crossing the age of 10 or 11, some changes are seen. The changes indicate that you are no longer a child but on the way to becoming an adult. You can see this picture. This is a child and it is becoming an adult, so there will be number of changes which is taking place in boys and even in the girls. What is adolescence then? Growing up is a natural process, as we all know. The period of life when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. So they are telling the body undergoes number of changes that leading to the maturity. Reproductive maturity is nothing but the stage where it attains reproduction. So it is called as which one? Adolescence. Adolescence begins around the age 11 and lasts up to 18 or 19 years of age. Since this period covers the teen, that is 13 to 18 or 19 years of age, adolescents are called teenagers. In girls, adolescence may begin a year or 2 years earlier than boys. Also, the period of adolescence varies from person to person, as we have mentioned, isn't it? In girls or even boys, what happens? Some of them may be having maturity earlier ages, but certain will be having the maturity later, that is 2 to 3 years later they will be having. What is puberty? The human body undergoes several changes during the adolescence. These changes mark the onset of puberty. The most common important changes which mark puberty is the boys and girls become able to or capable of reproduction. Puberty ends when an adolescent reaches reproductive maturity. The change at puberty, height differences, and even in a growth we can see. The rate of growth in height varies in different individuals. Some may grow suddenly at puberty and then slow down, while others may gradually. Even we have mentioned many of them what happen, they will be having sudden growth in height, whereas some of them gradually increases in height. All parts of the body do not grow at the same rate. Sometimes the arms and legs or hands and feet of adolescents look oversized and out of proportion with the body. But soon the other parts catch up and result in a proportionate body. You must have noticed that height of an individual is more or less similar to that of same family member. This is because height depends on the genes inherited from parents. It is, however, very important to eat the right kind of food during these growing years, because food plays a very important role. Nowadays, you might have seen that is the children who are attaining maturity is very faster compared to the older days, because the food has played a very important role. The consumption of sugars, it may be, or even the consumption of a carbohydrate food, and even the lifestyle of any organism plays an important role in attaining maturity during these years. Change in body shape, boys and girls. Boys develop broader shoulder and wider chest. As you might have seen, they will be having broader chest compared to the girls. This is because they have entered the age of puberty, when shoulders generally broaden as a result of growth. In some boys, the muscles of the body grow more prominently than in a girls. Whereas in girls, the region below the waist becomes wider. Thus, changes occurring in adolescent boys and girls are going to differ from one another. Here we have calculation for full height. So here they have given a table that is for 8, 9 and 10 years till 18 years of age, the percentage of full height for boys and girls they have given. So how to calculate? Calculation for full height in centimeters. Present height, that is in a centimeter, we have to take that one divided by full height at this age. So these height we have to take into 100. So for example, a boy is 9 years old and 120 centimeter tall. At the end of the growth period, he is likely to be 120 divided by 75 into 100 is equal to, they will be having 160 meter centimeter tall. So hereby what happened? We have to take that as present height into 100 divided by the percentage of full height. So what is the percentage? By calculating all those things, what happened? We will be having the calculation of full height. So even we can calculate for our friends too.